What's Chile, ladies and gentlemen? There's all these neighbors outside and they're threatening to puncture your tire. They're yelling at me and I was just like, what the heck is this place?
Chile, the place that many say is the best country in South America, but I'm not buying it. Aside from the biased locals, many foreigners too have high praise, although few ever go outside of Santiago and the Patagonias.
People are swaying, there's a couple zombies out in the center. I've never really said it publicly, but the most unsafe I've felt in all of South America has been in Santiago and Chile.
In this episode, I show off the real and raw Chile in the North Atacama Desert.
Unfortunately, a lot of rubbish, hey, Miss Potts? What's going on in Chile, hey?
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. That sign literally says, Peru thanks you for your visit. That's the Peruvian flag on the back. And right over there, that building is where we process out of Peru and into Chile. Our second time into Chile. We've got the visas ready. We've got the fine for overstaying of the tuk-tuk paid. Patty's documents are paid. The only thing we've got left to do is pay my fine for me overstaying on my passport. And it was a beautiful 4 months in Peru. Saw a lot, ate a lot, incredible. But now we're gonna go see what more of Chile has to offer in the Atacama Desert. You all know about the mess that happened in Bolivia, so that's why we can't enter back to Bolivia. We're going south, we're going back to Chile, entering Argentina at the first spot that we can, going via Paraguay, back to the crashed tuk-tuk in Brazil, picking up our stuff and sending it on north to Alaska. It makes no sense, this route that we're taking, but it's for the love of the journey, love of the adventure. Let's get it, ladies and gentlemen. You ready, Miss Potts? Fingers crossed to let us through. I do have now PTSD from foul border crossings. Thank you, Bolivia. I'm a bit stressed. It's never easy in a tuk-tuk as an Australian foreigner with a dog. Hey, how about that, Miss Potts? I'm suspecting that they're probably gonna rob us of the very little food that we have for Pats anyway, so good idea to give her dinner here. It's definitely been a while since I've crossed a border. Oh my goodness. And one so official like this. So yeah, well, as usual, we can't usually film almost at all at the border, so I'll try to see you on the flip side and give you updates along the way.
Nightfall came around quickly. Long lines and the fact that none of these border staff had ever seen a tuk-tuk wasn't doing us any favors as the hours passed by.
I swear, border officials, they shake in their boots and probably just receiving a migraine as I'm walking up to the border office, because it's always a phone call. It's never easy. I knew that overstaying in the vehicle was going to be my challenge. It's not just a simple fine, apparently. About 45 minutes of phone calls, and then she was looking at my paperwork and taking photos, doing WhatsApp messages. That's how it all works in Latin America. But we're at the vehicle out of Peru. We've entered it into Chile. Like, Chile was a real smooth process at least. And now we've just got the much feared Chilean vehicle check. Tengo todos mis papeles aquí.
Perrito, ¿controlaste perro?
Ah, estoy pensando qué hago contigo eso, pero tengo la sanasa.
I'd finished clearing the vehicle and myself out and into Chile, but still had to stamp Patty's entry documents, which had taken days to organize. I took her off to do that, whilst the intriguing vehicle became a spectacle amongst the border staff.
Muchas gracias, man.
I got back to the tuk-tuk where they weren't at all interested in a vehicle check and let me on my way.
Gracias. Come on now, legends. That's us. That's us in Chile, baby. ¿Cómo estás? ¿Qué es tu favorito canción en Chile? Quiero poner un tipo de música chileno. Américo. Yeah, gracias. Oh! They've got the song request. Come on now. Is that the police? Yeah, it's the police. Soy Américo. ¡Qué bueno! Me encanta, ¿ya? We did it, ladies and gentlemen. This is Chile. This is Chilean bangers as well. I'm loving it. Oh my gosh. How good is that? That's a great feeling. 11th border country crossed. Let's get it. Te vas, te vas, te vas, te vas. Certified banger, baby. I'm having a great time. Welcome to Chile, everybody. This is gonna be a bit of an adventure. We've got that victory green going on under there right now. We're in Chile. This is beautiful. We made it. We've got nothing prepared. I have no currency, no hotel booked. I've got nothing organized. I never even believed that we would get across on the first go. That doesn't happen to us. We get through on like the third go. If this is Bolivia's track record, no name restaurant, I don't know, but we saw some traditional, more or less. The fried version isn't so traditional, it's more oven cooked empanadas that are in Chile, but there's not much open. Unfortunately, it's 9 p.m. Here in Chile. That border crossing took way too long. We've literally just pulled up to the first food spot we've located. Here we go. We'll try what they said would be the most traditional. What do you see, Miss Boots? I'm kind of excited. Look at that. So we got one empanada of cheese and mushroom. One empanada that's got like pizza sauce. They said this is traditional ham and olives. So it's like a pizza style of empanada. A little patty tax. You got some cheese. Got some cheese. Look at that. Stringy cheese. Stringy cheese. Despacito, despacito, despacito. Aquí. You can do it. You're adorable, Miss Pats. And now the two Chilean desserts. We've got the caramel cone and then the caramel in between two little biscuits. This is like actually a corn flour that you use. I'd say of the alfajores I've had, that's probably like a solid 8.5 out of 10. I like that one, but look at that. Oh my god. That's a lot. That's very rich. So caramel richness, 6.5, 7 out of 10. We've already been warned by some Peruvians in Tacna that Arica is not safe. It used to be a bit safe. We are on the outskirts. This is where you're going to find a cheaper spot to stay because it's not the center. I'm going to quote the Peruvian. He said there's a lot of immigrants that have come over and they're neither in Chile nor Peru and they kind of go back and forth. Yeah? Por qué? Gracias. Found these three guys on the corner. I kind of wish I was filming it. I wasn't, but yeah, they reckon they've got a hostel. I've just paid a different hostel because I don't have a card reader. I'm following this guy and he's taking me to his back hostel. It has a garage and we've negotiated a price for a room that has a balcony. That's why they accept the dogs. So. Yeah. Perfecto, perfecto. So at the start I really didn't trust these guys, but they're helping me out. Yeah, it's good that we've found a spot at 10 p.m. This is a lot cheaper of a place, especially of a zone, because we're far from the center of the city. But there is almost also. Bro is just, holy heck, I need to be aware. Bro is carrying a pillow without a pillowcase, and he's probably his belongings are all stuffed in his hoodie. Holy heck. I got told don't be outside at night in Arica. We've literally just crossed the border and come in with the bare minimum. Yeah, I gotta be alert. I gotta be aware to people walking around my vehicle at this time of night. I'm just filming. Feeling like I'm in middle of Peru. The man's, it's a tough life. He's just gone to look through the rubbish. It's a long day for the boy. He's here moving his car for me to get in the garage, and he's just driving his car around with a flat tire. Like it's fully flat. Oh, tough. Well, I can't lie. This place is pretty ratchet. I'm gonna do a little house tour. And this part's off leash. This is the street view. Some people are coming, better shut this. The hotel. It's probably like, I think there's an apartment downstairs, but 4 or 5 rooms upstairs. Patty, you gotta follow me. I don't think she's conquered a spiral staircase before. Patty, come. What are you saying, Miss Patty? Come. Patty, come. Yep, good girl. You're amazing. You're the best. Come. Yep. I might have to carry you. Holy heck.
No, don't be looking around the whole place. Don't be looking around the whole place. When you get inside, straight on the bed, you reckon? I don't think so. Nice and comfy. Right, this is what? $25 gets you in the dangerous suburbs of Chile. Damn, this country might be insanely expensive. Pool. Far out. At the balcony. The balcony that I know we won't use because this place is hectic. Damn it, dude. What is this room? I already checked for bed bugs like on arrival. Pretty musty cigarette smoke smelling room. $25. Did we get robbed, Miss Pats? Hopefully, it's only up from here, right? We start at rock bottom. Let's see what Chile has to offer. Day 2 tomorrow. Day 2 did nothing to help my opinion on Chile when neighbors were outside threatening to puncture my tires.
Oh my gosh, is that the rudest awakening? The guy had to move this car from inside, so that's fine. I was like, all right, well, I'm up now, I'll leave.
For the 5 minutes whilst I gathered the remainder of my things, I left the tuk-tuk parked in front of their house, which apparently really infuriated the Chileans.
And I've just gotten a phone call from the owner, and he's on his way out in that car, and he's just saying like, there's all these neighbors outside and they're threatening to puncture your tire. And I've run downstairs, forgotten the key, ran back upstairs, and I was just like, what the heck is this place? What the heck? And they've made me move the tuk-tuk over here. I've got my bags now. We've checked out of the hotel. What's Chile, ladies and gentlemen? What is going on in this north part of Chile spot? Neighbors just literally were just staring down. He's just walked off, but this is crazy. I think it's the hostility towards the Peruvian flag. We've got to just cut it off right now. And then we're out of here. What? This is too much stress for an Australian tuk-tuk driver in the suburbs of Arica. What? Day 1 fully in Chile, hey Miss Potts? There we go, off she comes. I'll find a safe place to put the Chilean flag on now. Look, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is one street away from where I'm staying, and on the one intersection, one side, we've got 5 window cleaners. That's saying something, unfortunately, about the area. Maybe there's like lack of jobs, but people are going through it. We're going to the bank here and getting some, yeah, we're not gonna stop here for food, but whatever, man. I'm tired.
Zooming in here, the belongings of one of the street window cleaners is plonked beside what also looks like their dog, unfortunately tightly harnessed and tangled to the tree.
Driving around the streets, I haven't filmed any. It's just weird to film a drug addict, but people are swaying. There's a couple zombies out in the center. This is quite a dangerous city, but paying a stupid, ridiculous daily cost to stay in this country. Like, after doing the calculations, it was more like $30 to stay in like a trash hotel. Dinner last night, $8, breakfast, lunch today, $9. It's like, you can definitely go so much further on so much less in Peru. And that's a shame. I wanna like every country I'm in, but I think I'm the least of Chile's fans as a foreigner. Hey, Miss Potts, what do you think of Chile?
How's the saying go? New day, new me. I try to put my preconceptions of Chile behind me after I stayed several nights in a nice Airbnb in the center of the city to rest and take a few days off filming. We're again riding behind that beautiful Chilean flag. I just got it designed yesterday because we didn't think we were originally coming back to Chile. We didn't think we were going back to Argentina. But this is pretty exciting that we are. Look at that. Yes, Chile. Before leaving the city, I drove up to the lookout to take in the view one final time and change the stickers and flags out on the vehicle. Whilst we're in the sticker process, I'm also putting my outdoor stickers available in my store along with this shirt finally on the tuk-tuk. Well, you all know it's not official until we've got the flag on the back, and it's finally here, the Chilean flag, beautifully right beside the biggest flag in all the region, Chilean flag there atop Arica. We've got the ocean in the background. It's a beautiful spot to really set off now. It's a new day. We've got a happy, positive attitude to go get to know what Chile has in store for us.
There we are, look at that. That right there is a beautiful sight. That's a beautiful flag. Beautiful culture, music, people, all to get to know and see from here on out. Let's get it.
Se quedó grabado en mi mente el último amanecer. Savored every angle like it was cinema.
We hit the mountainous highway en route to Iquique and hope to change our opinion on this country.
No planeé enamorarme, un misterio cuando te encontré, una peli cuando te pones al revés. Dale replay pa' yo verlo.
You see what I'm seeing? A huge valley, a desert valley drop off of the side of this highway. This is the desert of Chile.
Quiero más que un cuento, a vivirlo otra vez. Baby, me enganchaste, mami, ese cuerpo está viral. Escribiendo nuestra historia sin punto final. Siempre siguiéndote hasta que me rompe el corazón. Esa comida de tus labios y ron es una traición. No planeé enamorarme, un misterio cuando te encontré.
Well, surprise, surprise, in the Chilean desert, there ain't much, Miss Potts. We haven't seen a fuel station, we haven't seen an empanada stand, we haven't seen anything. This is the first little pullover spot, and all it's got is a little church. That's the day, that's what it's been saying so far. Not a lot happened, and that's a little update from the road, just letting the tuk-tuk cool down and a little fuel up happen. Unfortunately, a lot of rubbish, hey, Miss Potts? What's going on in Chile, hey? Holy heck. That's a lot of cigarette butts in one spot. Like, were these all smoked? Were these all a lot of alcohol? Is this a spot for just parties and piss ups? I got no idea. Look at that, a lot of wine, a lot of beer. That's unfortunate, man. You gotta do better. What's going on? It's all blown around and gone real far.
There's another truck stop, just lined with rubbish. That's tough. They had a huge landslide. Locals in Arica let me know that there'd probably be a bit of traffic. That we got none. It's just only one side of the highway that is opened up. Well, that was pretty hectic. Look at what we're at. Look what, these are mountains. And are they like of sand? Is it 100% sand? Is it a bit of dirt, sand? This is crazy. Here we go, this looks like our first police stop, but it's also an anti-drug stop and also a fruit and veg check. So I think it even has like an infrastructure and a building. But yeah, it looks pretty serious. We might have our vehicle checked more than it was when we entered Chile, if you remember that at the border. So by the looks of it, if you're on a bus, they stop and they put all the bags through a scanner. With me, they opened 2 zips of two bags. I've got like 6 bags back there, don't we, Miss Bats? But it was more for Patty to jump out and yeah, I didn't film it obviously, it's just quite restrictive, but Patty got a few pats from all the workers. She loved that. It's already cold, a bit late. They told me we're about 2 hours from the next town that would have a hotel, so I don't know whether that's in a car or I should have asked, or by a tuk-tuk. Although they don't know the top speed of the tuk-tuk, so it's probably 3 hours. We're probably going to be camping tonight, Miss Potts. How does that sound? I think I'd enjoy that. I think she would as well, that freedom. That's it. This has been the scenery. We're either climbing up mountains, going down mountains, or
The sun set quickly, and after that awful experience we had of searching for that previous hotel, we decided to take our chances wild camping, hidden amongst the thick bush to cover us from the highway view.
Got bare minimum sunlight, we'll find something quick. There we are, eh? We've checked it all out on foot. In the dark it looked a bit smoother than this, but holy heck. We're gonna get away from the main road. Got Miss Pat's running beside us. This is what we found. Yeah, we pretty much put the tent here. The tuk-tuk parked up here. There's a little road that runs behind the tuk-tuk, but we're off that. And it looks like it's well used, so it's probably construction or a mine. I don't think it's private property, but if it is, it just means it's like we can use that excuse of, oh, I'm so sorry, we were driving on the highway and we really needed somewhere to pass the night. So this is really flat, really soft, really smooth. We're gonna have a really, really nice night. We'll keep this quick so we don't have the lights on too long. We've got 2 scoops of the good stuff. Let's get that in ya, Miss Parts. Hey, what's you saying? After big day's adventures? No, sit, Patty. Hey. Good girl, good sit, eat. There you go. Now we're gonna have a tuna pasta for dinner. We've got no sauce, but we're gonna have to make do with some ketchup and mustard. Tent set up, underglows on, sorting the tuk-tuk. This is freedom, this is living, this is traveling, this is the 3-wheel dream. And it's been an absolute textbook couple of days of entering a country. We've got cars coming. Anyway, and camping to save money because Chile is more expensive than your dog food, Miss Pats, unfortunately. Right, tuna pasta, bit of cracked pepper. Looking freaking golden. We're about to hook into that.
Yeah, right. That's the finished product. That's the only sauce that I have in the entire tuk-tuk. I've tried it already. It's as bland as it looks and as it would taste, but it's good enough for tonight. I'm really worried about the trucks passing. I really don't want to keep the lights on too much, so we're really just going to call it there. Have a good night rest. Probably watch some Netflix and then head out on the road tomorrow to Iquique. We'll see you next week in next episode. Thanks for joining us. What a day. What a day. Hey, Miss Putz. We did good. Good team. Good team. You 3-wheel dream.
Join us next week on the 3-wheel dream, where we venture further into Chile, continuing to experience the highs and lows of the adventure. What should have been an easy oil change caused us to get a coin-sized hole in the drain plug, forcing major setbacks to our timeline with us being in a country with no such tuk-tuk motor like ours.